There are reports this afternoon that the government are going to roll back on the concrete levy. This was announced on Budget Day, one of the more controversial elements of Budget 2023, a 10% levy on concrete to help pay for the mica redress scheme, and it would be implemented from April next year. It is now going to be a 5% levy, so they've halved it, and it's not going to be implemented until September. Will it ever be implemented? That is the question I know some people are asking today. There was huge pushback against this levy. You might remember on Budget Day itself, we asked Michael McGrath, the Minister for Public Expenditure, on this very show about the levy. He acknowledged the reality that it would not be paid by developers, that it would simply be passed on to the paying customer, to people who want to buy and own their own home. Despite that, despite what his party colleague was saying, the man who half-authored the budget, despite what he was saying, the Taoiseach persisted with the rhetoric that it was about making developers pay. Take a little listen to what Alan Barrett of the ESRI thinks of that argument.
The fundamental question is, like, who should pay for the mica redress scheme? And the idea, it's people who are about to build a house. I can't, like, that's the effect. And for the life of me, I can't
I've just finished building a house. It won't cost me anything. Somebody in the exact same situation as me starting tomorrow, they're going to have to pay for it. And it just needs to, and you know, I'd say 10 seconds of economic analysis would have presented that answer. So that's what I say. It is a little bit strange. Yeah, so 10 seconds of economic analysis would have told the government that this would not be a developer levy. This would be a levy on home buyers. And the government have heeded the criticism. It seems they have halved the levy and they have delayed its introduction. It might never come to fruition at all. It is remarkable, though, that it is still official policy as of today to introduce this levy. A levy that will be passed on to the home buyer to make houses more expensive. And at the same time, we have a housing crisis, and we have a former Minister for Housing and a Deputy Leader of Fine Gael and a senior Cabinet Minister in Simon Coveney, according to reports behind the scenes, suggesting there should be tax breaks for developers. His argument is that it does not make economic sense to tax something you want more of. So we've got Simon Coveney talking about reducing costs for developers, while it is official government policy to increase the cost for developers and by extension the costs for home buyers. Does this government know what it is doing? Does the right hand know what the left hand is doing? Because the evidence would suggest the answer to that is absolutely not. And everybody out there feeling the pinch of the housing crisis, they're the ones who suffer from the confusion.